Hello again. Another question I'm often asked is, can I harm myself with the tools? And from an energetic perspective, there's a clear no there, because these tools resonate at specific frequencies that are to do with the physical aspect of the tools, and they're beneficial frequencies. So you can't harm yourself in that way. If you were to make your own rings, cut them to be the wrong length or twist them the wrong way, then there's a question mark over those. But the tools as they're made, the proper LightLife tools, are good. They can only help you. Of course, from a physical perspective, you could injure somebody by throwing something large and heavy. They are, particularly the bigger things, large, heavy lumps of metal, and could do physical damage if used as a weapon. But from an energetic perspective, then obviously they're all good. Now, one thing that can happen, particularly for something, if you're starting with the tools and you want to start, rather than starting simply with a few rings and maybe an AccuVac coil or something, that you start with a large harmonizer. Or my own particular experience with this was when the first New Dimension ring came through the post. I made an order from Germany, and they sent me one of these. I'd never seen one before, and and more importantly, never been next to one before. But I spent the next half an hour feeling quite strong nausea, which was very interesting. And then after that, I didn't want to put it down, and it's been living in my pocket ever since. Now, I'm not showing you the original one because that's looking pretty, it's been in my pocket for the best part of 20 years, and it doesn't look as pretty as the new one. So this is what a new one looks like. But these are quite a significantly stronger field, stronger energy. It's a double twist compared to, so that's sacred cubit, that's a lost cubit, that's why they're slightly different sizes. But this is a much more gentle field, that's a stronger field. So a large harmonizer is going to be throwing out a much stronger field like this. And what that can do is initiate some kind of healing crisis. So which is why the harmonizers come with rings. So the ring that comes with the harmonizer, if you buy one, is designed to go over. Obviously this isn't big enough, but you would have a ring, an empowerment cubit ring that goes over a normal community harmonizer to close it down for a bit. So if you put a harmonizer in the ring, it will close down the field, and that just gives you a break, because to begin with, that can start moving toxins out of the body, and if that happens too quickly, then we don't feel so good. Slim talked about when potentizing a glass of water, for instance, that to drink a little bit at a time. So don't potentize, don't put a lot of water in a big ring, potentize it and then drink a lot at once, because you'll notice that. Whereas if you build up gradually, and it's the same with rings, these are always resonating at the frequencies that their physical size determines. But when we interact with them, we're getting much more of the electricity, the frequencies into our bodies. So you can keep a ring further away, whereas a harmonizer, you'd need to close it down for a bit and just get used to it. So you might feel an energetic sort of healing crisis, a detox, if you like, if you dive in too quickly. But other than that, and that's not harmful, that's just uncomfortable, unless, of course, you've got a lot to detox. So I would, as Slim said, work your way in gently and see how you feel. If you're used to working with energy more, then you'll be more familiar perhaps with the frequencies and be able to cope with more quickly. But essentially, you can't harm yourself with the tools, and they're a great thing to have around.